Hi everybody, this channel is called Wendy's Parade of Perfume and I'm Wendy. On this channel I just talk about the perfumes that are on my shelf, what I've been wearing, what I've been thinking about perfume wise. And today I actually have a review for a pretty new perfume that just came out from a company that I have never worn before or even tested because I'm a shameless blind buyer. The perfume is from Henry Rose and this is French Exit Eau de Parfum, which just came out this year. I don't know. I was just really, I'm a sucker for florals. Like, I love florals and I love just expansive florals. And I really was just in the mood for one. I probably could have gone digging on my shelf, but in true perfume addict fashion, I just started, going down the rabbit hole and I started reading about this and I decided based on enough reviews and enough information even from their own website that I was going to blind buy it because I had a coupon and free shipping. Anyway, French Exit released this year. I just got this within the last week and I've only tested it a few times and done a full wearing for one full day. And I am so pleased and happy with this perfume that I just want to talk about it already. Now, like I said, this perfume is a floral. It has an expansive floral bouquet, and it also, I would say, is an aldehydic floral. Now, one of the notes say that they have watery notes, and that doesn't mean that it's one of those like ozonic, colonic, oceanic type of water notes. It really smells like a watery aldehyde. Now, some aldehydes, like the aldehydes of yore, they were like waxy, like the golden waxy aldehydes of Chanel number 5. Some aldehydes can be really soapy. I would not say that these are soapy. They're specifically like bright and aldehydic, but they do give you a sensation and a scent of water. So I don't know what kind of aroma chemicals they put together to get that done, but that is the aldehyde top. When this perfume opens up, you have a lot of like really stringent but fresh blackcurrant and peach almost. It's like a little bit fruity. Not sweet though, not sweet whatsoever. And the florals are immediately blooming. I could smell right off the bat lots of jasmine. I could smell a little bit of tuberose. I also felt like I smelled some rose and magnolia and a little bit of like a peony situation going on. And if you don't like straight up florals, then this is a floral aldehyde perfume. You know what I mean? And some people online say that this is a bit vintage. That's also what pushed me into kind of blind buying this. And in a way, I would say it's vintage compared to what the perfume structure, the popular perfume structure of now is. Yeah, this is quite a bit vintage because the florals are just like loud and proud. They're not drowning in any vanilla. They're not, drowning in something else. It's like this is a floral perfume. So yeah, you have these florals surrounded by a bit of greenery. Like there's just like almost like this green leaf sensation and the watery aldehydes. And then that goes on for a couple of hours. And as the perfume dries down, it actually gets a teeny bit creamy and a little bit warmer. And they say supposedly that they have a hawthorn note, which this is a bit of a stretch, but if anyone has ever smelled beige from Chanel, that's like a honeyed white floral. That's a little bit on the creamy side. That's what hawthorn supposedly smells like. I don't even know if that's a natural extract. It probably isn't. But so you still have like a ghost of that like magnolia, jasmine, peony bouquet, but it's just starting to warm up and get a little bit honeyed, a little bit peachy, a little bit of like a floral coconut almost. And then as it dries down even more, you're left with a little bit of that like creamy flowers, plus a little bit of florals, plus a little bit of just like a pleasant skin musk. It's just a really beautiful perfume if you like that sort of thing. I don't know if anyone's going to totally be into that. I did do some research on their website and I thought this was a little bit interesting because the listed notes are pretty short. It's just blackcurrant and pink pepper. I don't necessarily smell any pink pepper, but tuberose, jasmine, hawthorn, water notes, and like driftwood and skin musks. But this company is interesting because they pride themselves on being clean, but Be that as it may, they've tried really hard to only include ingredients that are like tested for safety thoroughly and things like that. So instead of having like 5,000 ingredients at their disposal, they only have 300 or 400. And that was going to be interesting to me too, because sometimes I feel like some perfumes are overly simple and they don't do very much, which is okay sometimes, but I do like my perfumes to move and actually have a life of their own on my skin. And this definitely does. But the actual note list, and I was actually happy because that explains some of the things that I was smelling that were not necessarily listed on the notes. There's a bunch of jasmine. There's some natural jasmine and like jasmine acetate and like synthetic jasmines along with hedione, magnolia, peony, lavender, fruity notes, green leafy notes. They're all notes that are supposed to mimic coconut, ylang ylang, narcissus, peach, vanilla, clove. The clove notes came up a few times, which I don't particularly find this to be spicy. Like to me, this is like a floral aldehyde with some green notes that dries down and gets a little bit warmed up and a little bit creamy and a little bit like woody. Along with musks, isoe super, and woody ambers, which thank the Lord, the woody ambers are not that strong. Sometimes some of these perfumes, I can just smell those woody aroma chemicals just pushing through everything and they just like push everything out of the way. But this one, French Exit, the florals are just front and center, and I'm just very pleased with this. It's just a beautiful floral fragrance. It's not groundbreaking. There's probably other perfumes that smell like this, but I think it's really well done and really nice and just exactly for what I was in the mood for. So blind buy success. French Exit is supposed to, so Michelle Pfeiffer is actually the one that commissioned these perfumes, like this perfume company. And apparently she was in this movie called French Exit 5 or 6 years ago. So that is what the perfume is named after. I don't think it really has anything much else to do with the movie besides the fact that it's a cool name. But yeah, what do you guys think about blind buying? I totally don't follow the rules. I mean, the rules are you get a sample, you use up your entire sample, you test it out 3, 4, 5 times, and then if 3 months goes by and you still want the perfume, you buy it. I just, not that I don't have a lot of fails, but I have way more successes than I do fails with blind buying. So I don't know. I just look very, very carefully. And either if I hear on YouTube from someone something either positive or negative that may push me in a certain direction, certain keywords and certain reviews, that'll just like seal it for me. And again, I'm not 100%, but I do, I guess, like do as much outside research I can besides just the note list, because this is a pretty tame note list. You know, a couple florals, some black currant and pink pepper, and, you know, driftwood and skin musk. That's like, what does that say? That doesn't really say much of anything. That could smell like anything. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to do a little short review of French Exit. The other reviews that I've seen on YouTube are mostly in the shorts style, and I kind of just felt like I was being advertised to, so they didn't say that much about them besides being like romantic about the French Exit name. But yeah, if you're in the mood for a floral, if you can get a sample, or they do I think 10 ml bottles of this, highly recommended. It has decent sillage. It lasts a good, 6, 7, 8 hours on your skin. It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful feminine floral that actually moves around, and I'm very happy. Anyway, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. Thank you for sticking with me, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.